How to buy or sell a YouTube channel and why you might consider doing so. Unlike Facebook, whose terms of service prohibit the sale or purchase of admin rights on community groups, YouTube allows and even encourages such transactions when it comes to channels. Find out how, as a buyer, you can quickly establish yourself on the YouTube platform without going through the hassle of months or years-long exercise of brand awareness and subscriber accumulation. Or discover how, as a seller, you can profitably discontinue ownership of a channel you've spent months, if not years, building, growing, and maintaining. Find out also what to do now if you ever want to sell your channel one day. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous. If you were to ask me, if you're doing as fantastic as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. Today, I want to talk to you about how to buy or sell a YouTube channel and why you might consider doing so. Number one, the motivation and legality of YouTube channel transactions. Why should you consider buying a channel? You should buy a channel if you want to establish a presence on YouTube and promote your brand, products, and services. If you want to constitute a digital empire, let's say you have several channels in key niches. If you want to profit from demand and supply forces by flipping channels, you can buy, renovate, and sell. This is kind of similar to real estate if you think about it, because we're talking about not a real estate property. We're talking about a digital asset, right? You can also consider buying a channel to counter a competitor. You can also buy a channel to further a political, activist, or philanthropic purpose. In other words, if you want to raise funds, you want to become a politician, you want to be elected to office, those things you can use a YouTube channel for. Now, if you don't have the time to build the channel, to have a brand awareness, people know you, to accumulate subscribers, you can just buy an existing channel, right? Number two, why should you consider selling a channel? You should consider selling a channel today if you are losing passion for creating YouTube videos. Like, you don't have the mojo anymore. You don't have the energy anymore. If you want to capitalize on supply demand market forces in your niche, let's say you have a grown and maintained YouTube channel for several months or years, and you believe you are in the right niche and it's time for you to exit. So you sell it, you pocket the money, and you just chill, right? You can also consider selling a channel if you need the money to reinvest in another business venture. If you own multiple YouTube channels and want to reposition your portfolio, it could be a good opportunity to also sell one channel. If you receive an offer that is just too good to be true, we get those sort of offers once in a while, once in a lifetime. You get an offer that is unbiddable. Of course, you're gonna sell, right? Let's say you get an offer for your channel has 100K subscribers and you get an offer for, let's say, 1 million or 10 million. Of course, you're taking the cash, right? You should also consider selling a channel if your personal circumstances have changed compared to when you started the channel. You should also consider selling a channel if your niche is no longer relevant and it's time to exit, right? You just realize you are in a niche, you are in a segment that is declining, that is lethargic. The followers, the viewers are not there anymore. People have shifted their passions, their interest, and it's time to go. So yeah, you might want to sell. Now, the third element here in the first section, if you remember, the title of this section is called Motivation and Legality of YouTube Channel Transactions. Can you legally buy a YouTube channel? The answer is a resounding yes. Buying or selling a YouTube channel is completely legal, and it has happened for several years. People have done this kind of stuff. Again, as I said in the intro, unlike Facebook, whose terms of service prohibit the sale or purchase of admin rights on community groups or even pages, YouTube is just there to say, listen, go knock yourself, just get it done. right? So the practice is encouraged on the platform. You have large companies called multi-channel networks, MCN. They've built their entire business models by acquiring and selling, when necessary, various YouTube channels. So the YouTube, as a matter of fact, the YouTube team sometimes helps in these processes, right? So it tells you a lot about that, about the fact that YouTube management has made a conscious decision that it is in their interest to allow channel transactions on the platform. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I hope you are doing fantastic today. I'm just doing marvelous. We are continuing our conversation here. If you love the clarity and the quality of the content so far, please consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you are in the loop whenever we drop a new show. Comment below. Let us know, have you bought or sold a YouTube channel before? How many YouTube channels do you have? Just engage in the conversation, share this content, and like it. Now, let's talk about pricing a YouTube channel. Whether you want to buy or sell a YouTube channel, you want to know the price, and you want to know the fundamentals, the criteria that went into setting the price. How much can a YouTube channel cost? Now, to set a price for a YouTube channel, you first need to understand where the value of the channel is, right? There are a lot of areas to take into account when you want to know how much a YouTube channel is worth. You want to think about how many followers does the channel have, right? Channel followers are something very important, but contrary to popular belief, they're not the main factors in a channel valuation, because we all know you can have a channel that has 1,000 subscribers but has 10 million views. Because not everybody wants to subscribe. People are just watching YouTube as they're browsing their TV, their cable lineup. So you just stopping by a channel, watching what they have, liking it or ignoring it, and just move on. You don't want to subscribe to it. So the subscriber count is not necessarily a true indicator of success here. The second criterion is the channel monetized, right? Because a YouTube channel that is monetized, as the word implies, generates revenue, right? So if the channel is able to be monetized, that means that the buyer will continue to make money in the future. Now, just FYI, for those who are not really familiar with the YouTube processes, for a YouTube channel to be monetized as of the date of this show, the channel needs to have 1,000 subscribers and must have accumulated 4,000 hours of views in the last 12 months. All right, so those are the two criteria, and to reach those requirements, the channel owner has to invest time and money, and in some cases other kind of resources. What is the monthly revenue of the channel? If the channel is monetized, that means the channel is generating cash. Remember, though, that a channel does not have to be monetized to make money on YouTube. There are other ways to make money. There are other avenues, affiliate marketing being one. You can also sell courses. You can sell digital assets. So you want to look at the channel's overall revenue from all sources, not just through Google Ads. Does the channel have any strikes? Now, a strike is the worst punishment that YouTube can give to a channel, and it may even result in the deletion of the channel, right? Because strikes may arise for a variety of reasons, but are almost always associated with copyright infringement. As you know, Google has suffered a lot of has faced a lot of litigation in the past related to copyright infringement, so they have been very strict into enforcing their community guidelines, and copyright infringement is just a bad thing to have. So if in order for a channel to stand in good to have good standing, I mean, in other words, if the channel suffers 3 strikes in 3 months, they will be deleted. All right. So this is something that's very important that you want to take into. If you want to buy a YouTube channel and the channel has strikes, that means the value of the channel will have to go down a little bit. How many videos does the channel have? Of course, we are in the volume business. Of course, we are also in the quality business, but quantity also matters, right? So the quantity and quality of the videos of the channel, it has to be factored into. That means a channel with, say, 10 videos published will most probably not have the same value as a channel with 100 videos published. Where is the channel audience located? Location is very important. It's all about location. The location of the audience is important. If you have a channel with 1 million, if you buy a channel with 1 million followers from the United States, it's not the same thing as buying a channel with 1 million followers in, say, India or the Philippines. And it's very easy to see why, right? The CPM standing for cost per milli. Milli is Latin for 1,000. So the cost per milli in the United States is way higher than in India or the Philippines. That means when you upload a new video on a US channel, it will earn more money than the Indian or Filipino channel, right? Even if you think that both videos will have the same views. Another thing you want to pay attention to is whether or not there is a face associated with the channel. This is very important. If you want to buy a channel or you ever want to sell your channel, you cannot have a face associated with the channel, because that means that if viewers or people who have subscribed to a channel because of a face and you want to sell it, unless you retain the face, unless you are paying the person whose channel it originally was, then you're fine. It's like you have an anchor, right? You have a news presenter, and you change. People are used to having the same person for 20 years and you want to change, there will be consequences. So just sort of like put a price tag on a channel. You have several ways to put a price tag on a channel. You can have a price per subscriber, right? You can say, I'm paying 1 cent, I'm paying a penny per subscriber. You can price per like on the most popular video. So you can take the most popular video and say, listen, if this channel has 1 million views, has generated 1 million views on its most popular video, I'm going to pay 2 cents per view on this most popular video, which means you're probably paying 20 grand, 20,000 for the channel as a whole. You can also set a price tag based on the view. So you can say price per view. So 100 million views at 1 cent per view, that's 1 million. Another way to set up a price tag, to put a price tag on a channel, is to do something called to calculate the average revenue for the last 36 months and using a multiple. The multiple can be 2, can be 5, can be 10. Example, if the business has generated, say, 1 million for the last 36 months, that's cumulative. You say, okay, I'm multiplying that by 2 and I'm paying $2 million for the channel. But this is the kind of stuff you have to negotiate with the buyer or the seller, depending upon your position in the transaction. All right, I'll be right back right after this. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Key, where we are still having a conversation around how to buy or sell a YouTube channel and why you might consider doing so. And there are other considerations that you need to think about. What to do if you ever want to sell your YouTube channel one day. Now, as I said earlier, don't associate a name or place with the channel. Produce quality videos. Engage massively with your viewers. They drive ad rates and a future channel price tag. You want to target the right audience. This is very important. Always lower the amount of strikes you get on the channel, and you want to run the channel like a business. Run the channel like a business and operate the channel like a TV station. In other words, have consistent uploading time. You want to react to people's comments. You want to answer things in a professional way. Everything must be professional. How does a YouTube channel get transferred? Now, a YouTube channel may be associated, as we all know, with multiple email accounts, right? So you have something called the manager of the account, the owner of the channel, the primary owner. Now, each YouTube channel has only one primary owner, and this is the account that has access to all channel functions. This account is considered the owner of the channel. When you buy a YouTube channel, the first thing you do is ask the current primary owner to put you in as the owner of the channel, and then replace you as the channel's primary owner. Now, if the request goes through YouTube algorithm, and takes about 24 hours to be validated due to YouTube policies, and only after this time will you actually own the channel. After 24 to 48 hours, the next step is to delete thoroughly, and this is important, folks, to delete thoroughly the other accounts associated with the channel, so that you from now on have full control over the account. How do you buy or sell a YouTube channel? Where do you find those channels that you want to buy? You can research the desired niche and find out the top 50 channels in that niche. You can do so on YouTube itself. You can do so in Google. You can do so on other search engines. Let me repeat that. You want to research the desired niche and find out the top 30, 20, 40, or 50 channels in that niche. You can contact the channel owner directly. Usually owners will have a business email. You have to click on that and contact them and just make an offer. You can also contact a multi-channel network and ask if they have a channel to sell. If you Google MCN, multi-channel network, so there are gazillions of them, and you can contact them and you send an email and say, do you have a channel in your portfolio you want to get rid of? And if yes, if there is a good match, you just buy it. You can also go on a buy sell online marketplace for YouTube channels. I'm not naming names here, but there are a lot of them out there. If you type buy sell online marketplace for YouTube channels, they have all kinds of channels for it, and you have the price attached to them, so you can choose. They also have them for Facebook groups, Facebook pages, but again, as I said earlier, it's illegal as of today. It's not illegal, it's against Facebook's terms of services as of today. Terms of service as of today to buy and sell admin rights on community groups. So we're not advocating that. All right, here it is. Here's a recap of today's conversation. How to buy or sell a YouTube channel and why you might consider doing so. First, I spoke about the motivation and legality of YouTube channel transactions. Why should you consider buying a channel? Why should you consider selling a channel? Can you legally buy a YouTube channel? The answer to that is yes, of course. Pricing a YouTube channel. How much can a YouTube channel cost? And other considerations. What to do now if you ever want to sell your YouTube channel one day. How does a YouTube channel get transferred? How to buy or sell a YouTube channel. So this is pretty much it, folks. And before I end here, let me just say that here is a pro tip. If you buy a channel, you can continue working with the current staff. Or if you do things your way, going forward, you can have the seller's team sign a non-compete agreement over, say, 3 to 5 years. That way, they won't turn around and create another channel to suck up all the current subscribers you have. Remember that. I will talk to you next time. But until then, stay marvelous.